Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hi, this is Schinsky Nakamura. Schinsky watching Going in the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notify bell next to it to make sure you always got your new Going In Raw notifications. Man, I was poking around on the Twitter trying to solve this Jericho missing all the wrestling title
you can
case.
Listen to all these true crime podcasts you want. You're not a sleuth.
Why doesn't the person who took this title, Larson, simply go to the Tallahassee Police Department
and turn themselves in? They got the belt, though.
They got the title back.
They got the belt.
But it's still an active and open investigation.
Yeah, does someone just drop it off at the police station on the front door, then leave?
I don't know, man. In any event, I noticed, our good friendos over there at Wrestle Talk, they have like a sister channel called Screen Stalker.
Yeah.
And they're running like a sub drive thing where they say if they get to 50,000 subs, they're going to do something like do a universe mode or something like that.
Yeah.
Then 100,000 and then something else.
Yeah.
So, Larson, we need to get to 200 by the end of the year.
That'd be nice.
We need to do that. What are we going to offer up?
Shirtless stream.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'll do that.
I know you're very anxious to show off your...
I'm not anxious.
You are. You talk about it all the time.
No, I don't.
Trust me when I say... that's not an incentive.
No, you can't
That's going to
say-
cause the sub count to drop.
You can't say nobody wants to see that, because I know at least one
Well,
person
Gustavo
that
wants that. What's something we can offer up to get to 200,000 subs?
I know where you're going. What are we going to do, a 24-hour type deal?
I'm actually not going anywhere. I'm literally just trying to brainstorm at the head of the episode.
All right, 24-hour type deal.
Well, I want to solicit ideas. I want to solicit ideas from the friendos. If it's our very
12
first,
hour
we've never done this before.
stream.
We've never done a 24-hour stream before. I am down to do a 24-hour gaming stream or like a AAA co-stream, whatever it is. I'm down for it, but darn it, I want to get to 200,000 subs on YouTube by the end of the year.
We're about 7,000 short and have been for pretty much the last year and a half.
I know. Something's got to give, man.
Yeah. Anyways, if anybody's out there's got any good ideas of how we can accomplish this goal, please let us know.
Yeah.
Either in chat here or leave us a comment in the video or tweet at us.
Yeah. A couple super chats here before we get started. Dom L says N-O-B. I don't know what that means, my friend.
I don't know. We have a new member, Devin Martinez. You mentioned that?
No, not yet. Jay Sean Lawrence says, whoever stole the AEW title should go to their local recruitment office
and turn themselves in.
Turn yourself in, son. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have a bunch of reward tiers over there. At the $5 mark, you get 5 bonus episodes of Going In Raw every single week. And at the $20 mark, you get a Friendo Care package, including this comic book. This week, I send out the latest patrons. Look at the comic book. It's full color comic book.
Full color.
Well, that page is it's your face, but in black and white. We got one of these. I'll show some of these. One of these pages here is, so check it out. It's got my face and it's got your face. You can do this. You can like either use crayons and color these in. You can like cut them out and turn them into masks.
Yeah.
You can do any number of things.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Marcus Harrison says 24-hour stream so we can watch you sleep. He won't sleep. We got all that Red Bull in the back room.
Oof, ouch. We do have a couple new patrons here. Oliver Blackman, Joe Esquivel, Judy Joe, Mike Dean, Sleazy Mo. Now we got a Sleazy Mo on deck, Larson. That's great.
Jeffrey Nguyen says Matt Taven is good.
I think he just tricked you by giving you money into saying that you think Matt Taven is good.
But I didn't say that. I said he said that.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm okay, Spider. Anyways, yeah. So SmackDown Live last night.
It was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
I thought that it was a really terrific show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking over right here. We had Bayley in her heel turn, and it's a bit of an explanation. Basically, Sasha's my best friend. So I'm her roll dog.
It was
ride or die.
They were trying to do like a complex rationale. I think it was just kind of poorly written.
What do you? Okay, so how did you interpret the complexity
I
of the
interpreted it
rationale?
as I'm the same Bayley.
Yeah.
Like I still want to be a good role model. I still want to be an example of her for the kids out there.
She didn't hug anybody.
No. Well,
For
she
Sasha.
was out there by herself for most of it.
No, I'm talking about when she came down the ramp.
Yeah.
She
But
very
still
noticeably.
she still had the wacky wave.
She had everything.
Inflatable tube men.
But she sort of flirted towards going to the people in the audience, and then like moved away from them.
All
and
right.
it's
Anyway,
like, ooh.
based on what she said, it's like I still want to be a role model, but Sasha's still my best friend. I still have her back. There's like a two-pronged rationale. It was first that, then also like she said, the SmackDown Women's title shouldn't be overshadowed by anybody, including Becky Lynch. We're on a level playing field here, her and I. So essentially, that's why I did it. And she says then that she's going to beat up, quote, the most selfish person on all of SmackDown, that being Charlotte Flair. It's going to beat her at Clash. Charlotte comes down the ring, says, yeah, I'm selfish. I'm the queen of selfishness. No surprise there.
Yeah.
And that she says, Bayley, you better hug that title of yours real tight. Because at Clash of Champions, out walks Sasha. She interrupts. She's standing on the ramp. Charlotte, I think, kind of realizing that she's kind of been she's in a tight spot there. Turns around and decks Bayley.
Yeah.
Sasha comes down the ring. Charlotte gets the upper hand on her. Bayley comes in the ring with chair, lays out Charlotte. Bayley hands chair to Sasha. She lays out Charlotte some more. Sasha hands chair back to Bayley. She hits her one more time with chair.
Yeah.
And they're like smiling and having a good time in the ring. And they got matching gear.
Yeah. I know. They look great.
I kind of feel like this would be a situation where Bayley is in league with Sasha for a while until Sasha turns on her.
Yeah, maybe. That could be. I mean, I like the idea that this is going to – I hope that this is going to play out over an extended period of time leading to a big thing at Mania.
That would be ideal, yes.
It kind of makes me wonder – I mean, just because we had sort of the initial thing on Raw and then we have a thing on SmackDown. I didn't read anything. I didn't hear anything about Vince ripping up scripts last night or anything like that.
Nor did I.
But seemingly SmackDown has been sort of a Vince thing lately as opposed to Raw, which is a Paul Heyman thing.
Yeah.
I do kind of wonder, though, like, given that we have no idea what's going on with Motorcycle Gang guy, Bischoff, why don't they just give the overall thing to Heyman in the first place?
Yeah, kind of mix up the responsibilities rather than Paul just being like top guy in Raw. Just make him like top creative guy. And if you want Bischoff to handle the business aspect in terms of dealing with networks, just let him do that.
And for all we know, Heyman might be the guy because, I mean, if this storyline obviously is playing out both on Raw and SmackDown, maybe he is saying, okay, you do this on Raw and then on SmackDown you can do this, so that it ends up being like 40% of SmackDown is Paul Heyman. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. I thought it was a really good show last night.
It was fun.
Beyond that, we had I'm really digging the King of the Ring, man.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable. I love it.
Oh, here's one thing that bugged me about SmackDown. They did it twice. So there's these shots backstage, people talking. There's one with Sasha and Bayley, and there's one with Nakamura and Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're supposed to be talking, but there's no audio.
Yeah, sure.
Problem is, like at one point, Sasha and Bayley high five, and you hear that.
Yes, I didn't notice that. That's great.
And then later on, when Nakamura and Sami are pantomiming a conversation, and Sami's jumping up and down, you hear the impact of his feet on the ground.
You can, that's a good point.
So they didn't mute the audio. They told him to fake a conversation.
I didn't realize.
Just mute the damn audio.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That is weird. That's really weird. Sometimes they're so weird.
It just takes like moving a slider down or pushing the mute button. Just mute the audio.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
I didn't notice it, but I totally I hear what you're saying. That's hilarious.
It was really obvious with the Sasha Bayley one because it was like that. It was like that.
A little weird.
It was too much.
A little weird.
It was too much. It was way too much. But otherwise, yes, King of the Ring match is great. Surprises aplenty. Like all the matches last night were really good. I like the Orton stuff still. I'm really not that keen on the Sami Zayn commentating during matches. It's too much.
Dude, hey, there's been some really bad, somebody pointed this on Twitter, the precedent for people doing live commentary is not good. Leo Rush, who's now stuck in the Phantom Zone.
Lashley.
And then before him, there was that dude, was it Washington something or another, who got fired because he made
a
Kobe joke.
Yeah,
I think
that was years ago. Yeah,
ages ago.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm totally willing to accept it as a larger faction. Like when Nakamura and Sami Zayn come out, in my head I was picturing like 3 other dudes behind him, and I'm like, man, that could be a really cool sight. That could be a really cool sight. You got Schinsky, who's sort of their head figure guy, who really doesn't do anything or say anything. He just lays people out.
Yeah.
And then you got Sami, who's sort of like the assistant director. You know, the guy who's a jerk to everybody.
Yeah, that's kind of obnoxious.
Keeping him in line.
Yeah.
But then you need some other guys behind him, and then it kind of works. If it's just Sami, just doing that stuff and jumping up and down, and then when he comes out to the ring, he's just yelling the entire time.
No.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
I'm not huge on that. I agree.
It's already worn out its welcome. I feel like if this is the dynamic that's going to be going on for a while, it's definitely worn out its welcome.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And while the way this whole Roman attacker story is played out, especially towards the end here, has been kind of goofy. The execution last night I thought was a lot of fun.
Me too. Yeah.
And Rowan did a hell of a job.
I thought Rowan did the best job he could.
Yeah.
And this, again, this is pure speculation. Daniel Bryan trying to make a new star. Daniel Bryan, like, talk about the best gatekeeper maybe ever.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is not just a gatekeeper. He's freaking making stars. And I'm really hoping that's going to be the case with Rowan, that they continue to make him just this out-of-control monster guy who can't be controlled. I thought he did really good on the mic last night,
I thought it was pretty cool with Rowan after he laid everybody out, just coming shouting, "Never again."
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Never again.
Yeah.
So it's not just Daniel Bryan potentially manipulating him. He's going all the way back to Bray Wyatt possibly in terms of his motivation. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, show kicked off with...
let's do...
I was going to get through the first little bit. We already talked about the Bayley stuff some, but the show just kicked off with recapping the Bayley heel turn, such as it is.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this might be more a situation where Sasha's going to manipulate her and then eventually turn on her because they want to do the 4 Horsewomen Fatal 4-Way at Mania.
I hope so.
They got to have a beef between all 4 of them.
Twists and turns, man. How great would that be if they all have their own agendas that are like, dude, I'm telling you, Paul Heyman can write something that clever where they each have a great case to make, and you have the crowd. The crowd has to choose. They have to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But you see all this cool stuff happening. It's like, man, this is really cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then mentioned the Bayley segment opened the show where she dropped a promo kind of explaining her motivation for helping out Sasha. There was some boos. A lot of Bayley chants, though.
Yeah. Oh, when she came out, that crowd was firmly split.
Yeah.
That crowd, it was like a Beck Ailey chant.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
Exactly.
Right? You want people like trying to figure who the heck do I really like here? I like it all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You wanted to make people choose who to support, who to root for.
Absolutely.
And I think I keep this up. Maybe, but everybody, I think regardless of the wrestler, people just want to see wrestlers do cool things, heel or face.
That's all it is. We've been saying that ad nauseum for ages now. You take a chair to somebody and you lay them out. That's a cool thing, man. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Why did you just look at my hair? Is it messed up?
You have one.
The Sami Zayn stuff one. Got it out of.
One long one. No, it's been there all day. One long one is on the opposite side of the part.
It's on.
You got it though. You just fixed it.
Got it right there.
You had one hair that was supposed to be on this side of the part, and it was hanging down on the other side of the part.
Every day, it's a disaster.
And it was just sticking there, and I could not take my eye off it.
Yeah. I know. And then like this, you can see like right here, like I have to shave like right here where I used to have hair.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Anyways, be glad you guys don't have to be as close to me as he has to be every day. You just be staring at the just old mess. What, does something smell now?
Let's just carry on.
Do I smell? Sure it's not you?
Probably not.
Anyways, where were we?
Oh, the Bayley thing. Yeah, so her and Sasha lay out Charlotte. Charlotte didn't do anything during her bit of the segment to engender any face heat. Mm-hmm. So they seem to be proceeding with Charlotte as heel. You got Becky as obvious face. You got Sasha as heel. And Bayley right now kind of is a bit of a tweener.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So depending on how this all plays out, could be an interesting dynamic going through the fall and maybe next spring. Who knows? If they even have plans going to next spring, who knows at all?
I get the feeling they do, man.
You wouldn't think so.
I get the feeling
you like to think so.
Well, I mean, we heard like ages ago that like right after Mania, they had a new plan for New Mania. And I'd like to think that this is all playing into that. Now, I'm not sure about the Sasha stuff because I think when she left, she really left. But I don't know. Maybe it inspired them to say, hey, listen, this is the deal. This is what we want. And this is how we're going to get there. And now they're letting that play out. Hopefully. I don't know. Anyways, where were we?
Let's do business.
Do business?
Yeah.
All right. Before I move on, here's a word from the sponsor for today's episode, HelloFresh. Who really has time for cooking anymore, huh? You got to deal with getting out of the house to get groceries. Then you got to prep everything without chopping a finger off. Then you got to spend hours cooking everything and hope whatever you put together isn't completely inedible.
Well, with HelloFresh, you can even you, Steve, can conquer the kitchen because they do all the shopping and all the prepping, and their deliciously simple recipes take about 30 minutes to cook. With HelloFresh, you get pre-measured ingredients and easy-to-follow 6-step recipe cards with pictures.
Yes.
Huge help. Delivered to your door so you don't have to go to the grocery store each week.
That's right. And HelloFresh offers up a trio of meal plans to choose from, classic, veggie, or family. And you can switch between those options whenever you like. So wannabe cooks like me and Larson can get out of the recipe rut and start cooking outside our comfort zones by discovering new, delicious recipes with HelloFresh.
Yeah, we had a chance to try HelloFresh, and it was top-notch. There's a huge variety of recipes, and the food has been awesome. The beef bulgogi, the Italian meatloaf, the pork burgers have all been great, and everything has been easy to cook. And right now, friendos can take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and using promo code GoingInRaw80, all one word.
That's right. You can get $20 off of each of your first 4 boxes by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and entering promo code GoingInRaw80.
Thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's show, and you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and using promo code GoingInRaw80.
That's right. After that, we had Sasha and Bayley. They were backstage.
They were backstage. They were faking conversation.
That was weak.
Wasn't as good as the first one.
You just sort of put up a dead fish there, buddy. After that, we had Mustafa Ali.
I put a lot of oomph in the last one. I thought you would reciprocate at this point.
Come on, man. Let's do it right then. There you go.
Much better.
There you go. After that, we had Mustafa Ali versus Elias.
King of the Ring quarterfinal action.
King of the Ring. They had no desire to try not to bust my bracket, man. My do-over bracket, it's all done. My brackets are done, man. They're done. I don't know what's going on now. Pretty sure Chad Gable's going to win this thing, but I say that now, and it's going to be Elias.
It's entirely possible,
Baron.
Man. It's not going to be Elias.
Elias and Baron, there's no way they should win, given that they've put their butts all over that crown. They've been burning farts in that throne.
Mm-hmm. It's no way.
It's got to be Chad Gable, right?
Chad Gable or Ricochet.
If they're looking to make a new star, then it'd have to be Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Ricochet's already a star.
Yeah, I know.
Chad Gable. What if Chad Gable uses King of the Ring to then, like we mentioned before, take ownership of Shorty G, of the Shorty G?
That'd be a King Shorty G.
King Shorty G. That kind of has a Vince ring to it.
It kind of does. It's not a very good idea, though.
Hell of a match, though.
It was a great match. Mustafa Ali is a hell of a wrestler. This is probably the best Elias match.
Is absolutely the best Elias match we've seen.
And I think because, like the Baron match, there was a story they were focusing on. That helps. Rather than just, hey, let's go in there and do some moves. It was Elias, here I see that Mustafa Ali tweaked his knee during a suicide dive. I'm going to go after it. You can tell a story. It always benefits the match. Anyway, so you mentioned Elias. He comes out. He rests his guitar on the throne, puts the crown on top of it. He has a picture-in-picture promo talking about how he's going to be King Elias. Corey Graves on commentary is trying to mention every musician that had King in their name. Or every band, even we mentioned Kings of Leon, which is like, I can't think of any other bands off the top of my head that have King in their name. If I think about it some more, I probably could. What? You don't know what you're talking about. So early on, Elias catches the suicide dive from Mustafa Ali and drives him to the apron, then tosses him suplex style to the foot of the ramp. It was like an X-plex. I see you're just searching King musicians.
You don't see anything. I'm looking at pornography right now. Leave me alone. What, I can't look at pornography during the stream?
I prefer you didn't.
Son.
I want to have an Andrade situation over there in the pants.
Who wouldn't want that?
Well, I don't want to be next to it.
There was a new wave band named King.
Oh, okay.
There was, of course, this obscure band called Queen. Looking for a band with the name King in it. King. This guy says King of Leon. Northside Kings, We the Kings. Not a lot of bands, son.
So then Elias starts tossing Mustafa Ali all around the ringside area and then dumps him into the timekeepers area. Back in the ring, Ali makes a comeback. He hits an X Factor.
Sorry, Villalobos said Nat King Cole. Anyway.
Oh, King Diamond, yeah.
There you go. You said X Factor.
X Factor, suicide dive, but that's when he starts selling a knee injury to his left leg. Ali and Elias are on the top rope. Oh, also on that suicide dive, Elias started selling his arm because he got his arm driven into the barricade. So they're on the top rope. Ali fends off a superplex attempt from Elias and hits 450 on Elias's arm. I always love when he does that. And then Ali puts Elias in a crossface, but Elias gets the rope. Elias hits the sit-down powerbomb, gets a 2 count, and he transitions to a stretch muffler. Stretch. Ali gets to the ropes. And then Elias kind of gets Ali's legs around the ring post, slams it into the ring post. Ali goes to the top rope. Elias pushes him off, but he lands on his feet, sells the leg injury still. Elias follows with a top rope double axe handle attempt. Instead, he eats a super kick. So Ali puts him back in the ring, goes for a 450, misses. Elias slams Ali's leg into the mat, hits him with the drift away for the win.
Clean Elias victory.
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Very
it was
much so.
It was a welcome surprise, to be honest with you, because
When's the last time Elias won a match on his own?
It never.
That wasn't a 24/7 title roll-up.
That has not happened in a very long time, and if anybody needs that, it's him. So I was happy to see that. Surprisingly, no Kevin Owens. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but Kevin Owens responded to a fan on Twitter who asked, "Hey, why weren't you there last night? There was no Shane McMahon. You could have, done whatever." And he said he was keeping an eye on his family with the whole hurricane stuff. By the way, if you guys are in Florida or, God forbid, the Bahamas,
Georgia or the Carolinas, or the Bahamas,
please just try to stay safe. And our hearts are with you. During this Dorian business.
Yes. So after the win, Elias goes up to the throne, has a seat, grabs his guitar, starts jamming away, riffing, soloing. Next, we have a Samoa Joe interview. And he's asked why he's there. He said he's scouting his competition for the finals.
Yeah, man.
He's assuming that he's going to make it to the finals, which, if history is any indication, means he's definitely going to lose on Monday.
Yeah, you can't talk about King of the Ring at all. You really just,
it's like throwing a no-hitter.
Don't talk about it.
You don't acknowledge it. You don't talk about it.
It's like Fight Club, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's the first and second and I think third rule.
Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyways, Alistar Black, he's in his room again.
But he's getting undressed.
And
finally, he decides, I'm not going to wait around here for someone to pick a fight with me. I'm going to go to the ring, which is something he should have done months ago.
Only took him like months to do that. I am tired of waiting for the mountain to come to me. I am going to go to the mountain.
And here's the thing. Like, he goes to the ring. They set this up. He goes to the ring. I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit. We won't go over the match per se because it was fun. We don't even get on camera during the telecast who answered his open challenge. We just see the match about to start. We don't see Shelton Benjamin come out and explain why he wants to step up to Alistar Black. Apparently, that'll happen during commercial.
Yeah, I know.
And they mention that, but still, that's like a minute-long thing I would like to see.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that because it helps build up Shelton as, hey, maybe this guy's going to start doing something again. Because he was doing something with Chad Gable. He was making fun of his height. So it's like, okay, let's continue on that thread. Let him say something, even if it's show his entrance and give him a mic during the entrance. I always loved that when Jericho said that. He used to talk, or I think in his documentary, the WWE documentary they did on him, back in WCW, he was like, hey, listen, I know you're not going to give me any time to do an actual promo, so can I just have a mic on the way to the ring during my entrance? I can get myself over doing that. So they said yes, and look at what happened.
Yep.
He lost a title.
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think they should have given the mic to Shelton, let him say something. Instead, he was just sort of chilling there. That was a really fun match,
teleported there.
Yeah.
After that, we had Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, your women's tag champ, taking on Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Yeah. And they said that we want to get this victory to prove that we could be tag team champions.
And that's what they did.
They did exactly that.
They did that.
Yeah.
They did that. The finish was actually pretty cool. So you have Alexa Bliss hits the DDT on Sonya Deville. She goes up top for Twisted Bliss. Meanwhile, Mandy and Nikki are ringside. Nikki's kind of got like a sleeper on Mandy's back.
Yeah.
And so Alexa's paying attention to what's going on with Nikki. Nikki slammed to the corner of the apron by Mandy. That looked like it hurt. Mm-hmm. And so just that momentary distraction was enough to allow Sonya Deville to get her knees up during Twisted Bliss.
Yeah.
Mandy gets back in the ring. Fire and Desire hit their finish. It's kind of like total elimination, kind of.
Yeah.
On Alexa, they get the win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good bit of character building with the finish there, where Alexa's seemingly legitimately concerned about what's going on with Nikki.
Yeah, I like it.
It makes you think, oh, she's just not using her.
And there was also a little bit in the ring when Mandy was yelling at Nikki, saying, "You'll never look like me." Hey.
And then Alexa,
she says, "Nobody wants to look like you." And so she's sticking up for her friend. I like it. It's good stuff.
I do too.
After that, we had Chad Gable backstage, and he's getting ready for his match. Wasn't he? He was doing
the resistance bands.
Bands. Joe comes up to him and, ooh, boy, lays into him, calls him short, and says, "You've been hearing that your whole life, and it should just,
roll off you.
Roll off your
looking
shoulders."
in your eyes, I can tell it's not. You know why? Because you're mentally weak.
You're mentally weak.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
Man, has anybody ever called you mentally weak, Larson?
Other than myself, no.
Oh man, no. You're a tough boy. You're a big, strong boy.
Nah. I'm pretty soft. SAWFT, soft.
You're soft. You're soft.
And so Joe walks away. I think calls him Frodo.
which is like just this compared to calling somebody mentally weak. That's a pretty weak.
I know, but Joe, it's like he did it just because he thought it was funny, not like he was actually trying to insult him. Because he says it while laughing.
You see Joe's tweet about trolling?
Yeah.
That was great.
Where he's been giving someone bad life advice that accidentally texted him for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was like his uncle or something. Uncle Joe. Is
Uncle Bryan.
Yeah. Is it weird? He said this. Is it weird I'm less upset about trolling, but more upset at how garbage most people are at it? Where's the nuance, the art? For context, 7 years ago, a man texted my phone by accident thinking I was his estranged Uncle Bryan. I have been giving this dude bad life advice ever since. That's amazing.
It's pretty funny.
Joe's the best.
Joe is the best.
Yeah.
After that, we had Randy Orton come down to the ring. He says, of course, he'll be champion at Clash of Champions.
How we called him Bill. Everybody's correcting us now. Called him Frodo. Or called him Bilbo.
Oh, sorry.
Not Frodo.
Sorry.
Goes to show how much we care about
Wrong
Lord
Hobbit.
of the Rings.
Yes,
Yeah.
wrong Hobbit. I apologize. So he says, I've been laying out the New Day, Kofi, for the last weeks. Don't believe me? Watch this. Throws to a video package of him laying out the New Day, sometimes with the help of the Revival, sometimes by himself. And it comes back to him, and he goes, "All right, Kofi, here, I promise, no more traps. Let's not wait till Clash. Come out here, face me now. Let's fight. Let's do it right now." New Day's music hits. And then Kofi does come to the ramp. However, it's with the New Day, the Revival beating the heck out of him.
Yeah.
And this was great because despite the fact the Revival are beating the heck out of him, it's like Kofi still wants to get in that ring and fight Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good stuff. I like how they're doing this, man. They're making Kofi a man of action. Mm-hmm. Action now, not a bystander.
Exactly.
Too often they make him bystander.
Like AJ. AJ was a bystander. He felt like he would only do things in reaction to what Joe was saying.
Yeah.
He never really felt like he took the fight to Joe.
Right. He was so good. Like Joe was sitting there on the screen, like outside of his house, and he's just standing there.
He's calling him dude.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, dude, get off my porch."
Dude, get off my porch.
Which it's not.
Todd, Chase, get off my porch.
Yeah. So the Revival are beating up Kofi, and he's making his way down the ramp to the ringside area. Orton gets out of the ring, joins the fight, lays out Kofi with a lariat. The Revival put Kofi back in the ring. Orton is stomping on Kofi's limbs while calling him stupid. And Orton says, "All right, get him up for an RKO." He's getting ready for it. Kofi kicks Randy, fights him off, fights off the Revival for a moment. Eventually, though, Revival get the upper hand again, and then Orton and the Revival hit the Shatter Machine RKO, Super RKO, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Shatter RKO.
FTRKO.
So
good stuff.
Good stuff. After that, another Who Attacked Roman recap. Seen a lot of these the last few weeks.
I zoned out during this one. Have they shown us NWO Rowan, like even in the recap?
They did this recap. Yeah.
Okay.
They did. Still no real explanation why they didn't. Rowan didn't.
Why don't they just try to erase him from history? Like if they're going to show recaps, why are you doing that?
I don't know.
Unless maybe, I mean, it'd be great if Daniel Bryan, in trying to explain himself next week, trying to figure out this whole situation, he says, Rowan even presented me with a fake Rowan. And I believed him. Anyways.
Makes sense.
And I believed him so much that we kidnapped him.
Yeah. Made me criminally liable for kidnapping potential. Anyways. After that, we had another King of the Ring match, Andrade versus Chad Gable. Before the match, Zelina Vega grabbed the mic and says, Chad, I empathize with you as someone who's vertically challenged.
Yeah.
That being said, you're going to lose to Andrade.
She said, maybe I would have you would be my pick to win King of the Ring, but Andrade is here. She is so good. She is so good.
Yeah, man.
And so is he.
Yeah.
And this is a terrific match.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crowd last night. From the start of the show, They were completely into it.
Man, this Chad Gable stuff, like, we've been asking for something like this for the longest time. They have, this is really good execution. And he is doing it so well. Like, even last week, because I didn't think he had a hope of winning, which is what they want, which is totally what they want. When he comes out there and he stares at the throne, he just does it for a moment. And you can read it all over his face, and it's so good. It's so good. Anyways, this match is great.
It was great. So early on, Almas goes for 3 amigos. He stops before the third suplex, does Eddie's little shimmy. Gable, or allows Gable an opportunity to reverse that third suplex. He hits 2 German suplexes. A shout out to who? Did Kurt Angle do 3 German suplexes? Yes. Almas, however, reverses the third German suplex, hits his final standard suplex. Andrade goes for that double moonsault where he does moonsault off the top rope, lands on his feet, and does a moonsault on the other person. But Chad Gable gets his knees up, and that allows Chad Gable to hit his own moonsault. However, Andrade kicks out. Andrade goes for the double knees. Chad avoids it, hits his rolling German suplex. Gable goes for the pin. Zelina starts distracting the refs. They can't count the pinfall. And then Andrade goes for his hammerlock DDT. Chad escapes. There's some jockeying. Chad eventually gets a roll-up for the win.
And I love the roll-up. The roll-up was one of those. Number one, the refs count was fast. But the roll-up was so smooth, and these guys are so good, they make it look like it was legit. You know, sometimes roll-ups, God, who was it? It was, oh, man, I don't remember who. Recently, there was a really plodding, just sort of lazy roll-up that somebody hit on somebody. And he was sitting there it was a Heavy Machinery. It was the Tag Team Turmoil. When, I think Tucker ate the pin on a roll-up against, who? Do you remember who eliminated him during Tag Team Turmoil like 2 weeks ago?
Heavy Machinery?
Yeah.
They were the last team eliminated.
Okay, so it was either Dolph or Bob Roode. And it just took forever. And he was sitting there, and the ref made a 3 count. I'm almost positive it was a Heavy Machinery match. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it was not turning. I don't know. In any event, somebody ate a roll-up.
I don't think it was Tag Team Turmoil because I don't think Dolph and Bob Roode eliminated Heavy Machinery.
Hey, speaking of Heavy Machinery, did you see their dark match last night? Or did you see pictures of their dark match? They were wearing comfies. They were wearing sweats.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. New gimmick for them.
That's interesting.
Just me. You know.
Comfy.
By the end, both of them were just wearing sweat shorts.
That's weird.
They didn't have a shirt on. It was awesome.
That's so weird.
I think one of our friends was there last night. Was it A.O. Worm? Somebody was there last night showing us pictures of that.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Anyways. And my main point is sometimes roll-ups look like crap, and it looks like they're just waiting there for something to happen.
Was it a Dash Wilder rolling up Tucker?
That sounds right. That sounds
was on
correct,
the August 21st edition of SmackDown.
Okay.
Or sorry, the August 20th edition.
It just, I remember that standing out to me as like, man, that roll-up sucks. I just get weird things in my head, man.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
If it's a crap roll-up, it's a crap roll-up, man.
Yeah.
After that, we had Alistar Black taking on Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, hold on a second.
Wait, what?
The Going in Raw benefactor Epico says, anyways, I'm out to go and enjoy this Ferrari I've rented for the rest of the week. Can we confirm that Epico is actually Baron Corbin? He's rented a Ferrari.
Wow.
Before he leaves, he did drop us a $20 super chat. Says, here is the newly imposed weekly $20 super chat limit. No more big super chats. So the benefactor is letting us fly on our own now, Larson.
Yep. Thank you, Epico.
Thank you for all your support anyways,
Yes, thank you
man.
so much.
Enjoy your Ferrari.
Yes. Alistar Black versus Shelton Benjamin. Short match, but fun.
Shelton was so good in this.
Yeah,
the interplay between the two of them. It was like Shelton had never seen an Alistar Black match before. Because early on, he does the thing where, I don't know, he
does a moonsault and lands on his, and sits in the middle of the ring.
And Shelton turns around and sees him, and he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then he goes for a Black Mass. Shelton barely dodges it and is like up against the ropes like, whoa.
Yeah,
again.
Great.
Yeah.
Then Shelton hit him with a great knee and knocked Alistar off the apron. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rad. That was
But,
good.
I mean, Alistar won. Black Mass all it took.
Yeah. Oh. So hard to reverse that, man.
You should just come out every week. All right, someone fight me.
I know. I
That's
agree.
why I don't know why they've been wasting so much time with him sitting in a room.
Do you think they it didn't make a lot of sense for them to keep him out of King of the Ring, but at the same time, if he's not going to win,
There's no point having him in it.
yeah. And I like that. I hope that means good things for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Next, we had the segment with Sami Zayn and Schinsky Nakamura backstage where they were faking conversation. And when Sami jumped, you heard the impact of his feet on the ground. Just mute the audio, WB. Come on. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's weird.
Next, we had Drake Maverick and Renee Michelle backstage. Singh brothers come in, try to roll him up. And then Grand Metalik rolls through on a road case. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good.
B team come in. Curtis Axel tries to pin Drake. No luck. Bo Dallas, though, he gets himself the pin. New 24/7 champion.
Yes, luck.
After that, we had Nakamura taking on some guy not named Andrew Howard because Sami asked, "What's your name, Andrew Howard?" And the guy said no. But WWE.com did not have his name. It just said local talent. Oh, yes.
You know who might?
Yes.
Local comp.
Anyways, this wasn't much of a match. Nakamura wins with a Kinshasa. Sami was just yelling and screaming the whole time.
Here we go. Andrew Howard is Andrew Backlund. In his career, he appeared in numerous promotions, including Valor Pro, Keystone Pro Wrestling. That's all he's got for him.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it helps.
Yeah.
Afterwards, B team come out to the ring, followed by the Singh brothers. Metalik and Drake Maverick are all there too. A lot of action. Drake escapes with the 24/7 title after rolling up Bo Dallas. There were some pratfalls, which allows Drake to escape the ring with anybody chasing him. And so he's at the top of the ramp kind of celebrating. And then R-Truth, he's up hanging out in disguise by the King of the Ring throne.
Yeah.
He reveals himself, rolls up Drake for the win. For the 14th time, I think, he's 24/7 champion.
Yeah. He did a little dance, then he ran backstage. Drake gets up, he runs backstage. So, yeah, it was good stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then the main event segment is Daniel Bryan's coming out to the ring.
Hold on a
Wait,
second.
what?
Devil Kazuya points out this segment was where Corey said that Drake is going to take his wife and title in a limo to a chain restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
That was pretty funny. Daniel Bryan comes out for a promo. He wants Roman Reigns to apologize to him, saying that he's not involved. He's cleared himself. He doesn't know about Rowan. But Daniel Bryan had nothing to do with it. Reigns comes out to the ramp. He's attacked from behind by Rowan. He just tosses them all around the ramp, ringside area. Daniel Bryan gets out of the ring, goes up to Rowan and is like, "Hey, stop, man." Rowan pushes him aside to continue the beat down. Rowan powerbombs Roman against the ring post, tosses him back in the ring. He drops Rowan with an iron claw. Rowan grabs the mic and says, "I'm not going to be manipulated anymore. Daniel Bryan, why don't you come in here and slap me again, huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan the entire time, he's like, "You're my friend.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
I'm your friend, yeah. Tell me you're my friend.
Tell me you're my friend.
And then Rowan says he's proud of what he's done to Roman. He's proud that he attacked him, dumped all that stuff on him, almost hit him with a car. And he said he's going to be most proud of the pain that Roman's going to feel at Clash of Champions. And then Rowan tosses Roman from the ring, gets the ring steps, rams him into Roman's head. Rowan then clears the announce table as if he's going to do something to Roman through it. Daniel Bryan confronts him saying, hey, I am your friend. Mm-hmm. We are friends. And then Rowan just isn't hearing it. Daniel Bryan slaps him. And then Rowan puts him through the announce table with an iron claw.
Yeah.
And that's when Rowan, to the camera audio, is just saying, never again.
Yeah.
Not going to happen again.
Yeah.
No one's going to push me around anymore.
That was good stuff.
Yep.
Is this all a big swerve for Daniel Bryan? I hope not. I hope this is not just... I don't like the idea that Rowan would put Daniel Bryan through a table as part of a swerve.
A huge ruse.
Not huge on that.
No, I think
so. I hope that this is Rowan being sent to fly out on his own.
I hope so. And it I mean, I guess if they would still want to do a Daniel Bryan, because it's been announced, they announced it before the segment, which seemed like a bad idea. Roman versus Rowan at Clash of Champions. So I guess if they want to do Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, Rowan can dispatch of Rowan at Clash. I kind of feel like Rowan needs a win. Maybe Daniel Bryan comes out and helps Rowan to try to get his friend back or something.
I think it'd be terrific if Rowan gets. I don't know. It's one of those weird things with like Rowan can't. He's not going to get a. He needs to get a win over Roman Reigns if this is going to go anywhere.
I know. And that's why it makes sense for Daniel Bryan to come out and help.
The weird thing, though, is if he can't get a clean win because it's Roman, and that's just not realistic. If he got a clean win over Roman, that even wouldn't make any sense because us as wrestling fans, we're aware of the power rankings.
Yes.
This guy is not supposed to be able to beat Roman.
No.
But if he does stuff that's like kind of messed up and like really skirts the line, like if he cheats basically, but he cheats in the way that like big, strong, powerful guys.
I'm telling you. So they have their match is going down. Daniel Bryan comes out and he helps Rowan win, not because he's supportive in any way of Rowan attacking Roman. It's that Rowan, in Daniel Bryan's mind, is his only friend he has.
Yeah.
And he just lost his one friend and wants to get his friend back.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the way you can continue the Daniel Bryan kind of heel.
That's actually a really good idea.
Storyline.
That's a good idea because you have Daniel Bryan kind of playing the submissive character to Rowan, and it makes him look bigger, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to be like in a who's a better wrestler way.
Yeah.
It's like Rowan has some power over Daniel Bryan because of that. That's good.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Hopefully they do that.
Yes.
I'm not going to count on it though.
No.
You want to answer some questions?
Yes.
Josh Little, is Sasha and Bayley attacking both Becky and Charlotte leading to something such as a tag match in Hell in the Cell? Potentially. That'd be cool.
When is it? Yeah, maybe. That's a possibility.
October.
Yeah.
Here in Sacramento.
And then it just makes things even messier.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to have their own agendas.
Nikyle, Corbin asked Y2J for a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Chris, do you have title back?
A little bit of the bubbly.
They find your title.
Find your title.
Can I have some bubbly, please?
You want a little bit of the bubbly? Here we go. In Discord. Since every champion, Dominist. Since every champion, by the way, you can get access to the Discord on the Patreon at the $1 mark. I got to post that link for the new patrons soon. I got to get that digital care package. I got a couple of gifts done. I'm going to wrap some of those up today. Dominus, since every championship is on the line, Clash champions, should they dust off the hardcore battle royal from WrestleMania 2000 for the 24/7 title match?
No.
They should do something special for it.
They should do something special.
Do a scramble. Yeah,
that'd be
I like
fun.
the scramble.
Scramble would be more fun than a battle royal. PJ Segundo, am I the only one wishing when Luke Harper comes back to help Rowan that he looks like Bro Thor from Endgame?
Well, that's just Dude Harper. Yeah, that's just Dude Harper.
So he needs a boiler. He needs a gut.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's just Lebowski. It's just the Lebowski thing, which is, Dude Harper. Let's see here. Cody Miles says, go for a best of 24-hour stream. WWE 2K, AAA co-stream, 10 for the win return, watch along / going in raw view. A best of 24-hour stream? So, like, we're not there?
No, I think he means, like, the best stuff we do.
Oh, okay.
Blake Whitehouse, is WWE wanting to have parallels between Kurt and Chad by having him win King of the Ring.
Maybe.
They were referencing Kurt with those German suplexes, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Greg Morris says, watch some CZW death matches during 24-hour live stream.
That'll keep us awake.
Heck yeah, man. Let's see here. Charlie Seabuck. You better get a little bit of the bubbly for 200K. We got to get there first.
Yep. Dragon Reborn. Hopefully Bayley gets a theme change at Clash of Champions. But if the idea is that she's just did that to back up her friend, then they'll explain why they're not going to change any of her presentation.
Yeah. She is who she is.
Unless she comes to a real fork in the road where she has to go completely to the dark side.
Charlie also says, how about Nakamura and Sami? But then they're also joined by Rusev and Andrade for their faction. I don't know. I was trying to think about this. Who else would make sense in their faction?
Not Andrade.
Andrade is perfect the way he is. In fact, he had a really great, he was just on the .com. Zelina Vega and him had a great little interview segment with, what's her face? Kathy Kelly. Where he's so good. Like, he says so much with so little. It's great. And then she just can yap, and it's all awesome stuff. He said in the end, he says, Andrade is the only Rey.
That's good.
I know.
That's good.
He is the Rey.
Little Fettuccine 69 asked fried rice or chow mein.
Oh, chow mein for me, for sure. I like a little bit of both, though, plus a little bit of the bubbly.
If it's barbecued pork fried rice, then that wins. That wins.
I'm a big fan of the chow mein. Let's see here. DDP Yoga equivalent. So if Shorty G is going to win and being king of the ring is more than just a scepter and cape and result in a title shot, who do you see him facing? Let's say they give Shorty G a title shot for winning king of the ring. Who should he go after?
Nakamura.
I hold on a second now. You're the person who says you should go for top title. Shouldn't he go after, who's the Universal Champion? Seth?
Or Kofi. He should.
Yeah. But you'd prefer to see him go after Nakamura?
Never mind.
Is there an advertised card somewhere?
No. I was going to talk about NXT a little bit, but I went.
Oh, don't do that.
I'll put it this way: if it's going to be a situation where something he's going to cash in on that attempt, that opportunity short term, then mid card title, because it's feasible. If he wins King of the Ring, he's granted a title shot, and he says, "All right, Kofi, next week, let's have a match." He's not going to win.
Okay, hold on a second, though, because right now you're sort of blurring the line between kayfabe and shoot. Obviously, we know he's not going to win if he challenges Kofi, but we're talking about kayfabe. We're talking about in-universe.
Yeah.
Don't you want to challenge the guy who's going to agree to fight you straight up, as opposed to a guy has Sami Zayn hovering around the periphery?
Obviously, but I am blurring the lines, but it's because this is just what I'd rather see. That's the long and short of it.
Him having an actual opportunity against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Versus taking an L to Kofi, yes.
I think it's a guaranteed L no matter what.
Probably. But he's got a better chance of winning against Nakamura, in a month's time than Kofi.
Yeah, but okay, so if we're going by what we'd rather see, here's what I'd rather see. This is the problem with that. In my mind, it's a guaranteed L no matter what. So would I rather see a match where Shinsuke Nakamura uses annoying Sami Zayn to squeak out a win against Chad Gable, which is just going to
Or he and Chad putting on a really good match. Kofi and Chad putting on a really good match. Yeah,
because that does wonders for both people.
It could.
Another great match for Kofi and a great match for Chad Gable where he comes up just short of winning the WWE Championship.
I understand that. Yeah.
I'd rather see that.
Chris P. Bacon, hello, fellas. First off, I will keep the mystery of Shoot versus Real Name a mystery until it overlaps the Who Attacked Roman storyline as Wrestling Mystery of the Summer. Secondly, did you catch that Chad Gable video package he posted on Twitter yesterday morning? I think WWE needs to air things like that on TV. It made me believe in Gable. It makes him look very legitimate. Have a great day. Chris Bacon out.
I have not seen that. I
saw it on there. Yeah, I did not get a chance to watch it.
I'll endeavor to watch that today. Okay. Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas, kayfabe reason why Drake Maverick didn't consummate his marriage over the weekend.
Yeah, he had that belt over the whole
as he gets
weekend.
that title, if like a night goes by and he doesn't consummate, at some point you have to stop blaming the title.
Yeah.
That's not the situation.
Nope.
Maybe kayfabe reason, what's her name? Renee Michelle?
Yeah.
She saw the picture of Andrade half hog and was like, I'm not into it because if I can't have that, I don't want anything.
Yeah.
She wants the only Rey. I can't roll my eyes.
Rey.
Wow, pretty good. Greg Morris of WWE had one deathmatch tournament a year. Who wins it? Moxley.
Well, he's not with the company anymore.
Right. Who else has done death matches though?
Drake works. I know he's a ref,
I know he's a ref.
but I know he's done some death matches. Perry Swift or WWE finally going to make something of Chad Gable. Seemingly their best opportunity so far.
It's been such a long time, but I hope so. Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Mr. Lipkin Prime, should Baron lose King of the Ring but then declare himself king anyways? Imagine if Corbin beat up the winner, stole the cape and crown, and then sat in the throne. Baron the usurper, yay or nay?
I'm for that. Mm-hmm. And it sets up a feud between him and whoever actually won.
In that way, the actual winner of King of the Ring doesn't have to wear that ridiculous getup every week.
Baron just comes out in the full regalia. He gets like some King Arthur type armor stuff, clunks around in it.
That'd be great. It's got gauntlets and all that.
And then he takes like 10 minutes getting taken off. Because I notice that nowadays, he wears like a
tank top underneath.
Thank you, a tank top underneath. I always want to call it a wife beater, but I don't think you're supposed to do it anymore. He does kind of a Naito-esque removal of his vest and
takes
shirt.
His time and stuff, yeah.
So he comes down clunking in the King Arthur gear, and then he gets in there and, he's got a little servant guy taking it off, removing all the stuff. That'd be good. Yeah. That's all the comments on the SmackDown QA thread?
Not a lot.
My goodness, people. Well, they asked their questions in other ways. Yeah, we got a bonus episode coming up in a little bit.
We do chat trivia.
YouTube channel members, click that join button now, son. And it's $5 a month. You get all that bonus stuff.
Plus, you get you get badges.
Yeah, you can use badges
and
in live
emojis,
chat,
right?
And emojis if you watch the show live, or over on the YouTube page. On the Patreon. $5 a month gets you bonus episode. We're about to do a bonus episode. We're gonna do chat trivia.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna send out a drawing of somebody.
Yeah.
And I'll remind myself once again that I really need to send some of these chat trivia prizes out. I have a lot of them that I haven't sent out yet. So if you want to be on that waiting list, if you want to have won a drawing and not have me send it to you, by all means, hit that join button or go to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Stephen Larson.
We got one last super chat here. Dragon Reborn asked, who would be Baron Squire?
Squire. That was the word I was looking for. Squire. Well, it's somebody he would beat in a match that would then have to do that. It's like when Cena had to join the Nexus. Mm-hmm. So it would be somebody who eventually would get their comeuppance.
Well, would it be the person who actually won King of the Ring?
No, because he's got the beef with Baron. In my head, I've got either Chad Gable or I've got like Cedric Alexander. And then eventually Cedric. Boy, they had a really good match.
That was a really good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. Anyways, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Where's the button?
You know where it is. You say this every time.
Do I?
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.